There are three main components to helping the Africans help themselves and letting them enjoy the fruits of all the natural resources in Africa. Those three components are the New African Honor Movement, the New African Honor Movement Credit Union, and the New African Honor Movement Community Centers. The New African Honor Movement is the face of the African Honor Movement. It starts with the New African Honor Movement website, which is basically Alibaba with a purpose. That purpose is to create a place where global business people can do honest business with Africa and honest Africans. And just the same, the Africans are looking for global business people they can trust and do honest business with. When a business person joins the New African Honor Movement, they make a pledge and a commitment of honor and integrity and to do business in a fair and honest manner. When a government joins the New African Honor Movement, they make a pledge to help stop slavery, human trafficking, and the sale of body parts, and a few other things. In return for a government joining, through our New African Honor Movement Credit Union, we will make available to them loans and be able to take in on deposit their cash, assets, and even sometimes natural resources. And with these assets and cash and resources, we're able to create financial instruments. And with those financial instruments, we're able to move into or take them into high yield investments, which allow them to build roads, bridges, hospitals, and schools. Another benefit of a government joining the New African Honor Movement is we have several senators that will receive them in Washington and further our relationship with that government and or start a relationship if they don't already have one. The second part of the New African Honor Movement is the New African Honor Movement Credit Union. Now that's broken into three parts: African business people, African families and individuals, and African governments, national and local. Now, through our high-yield investments, we're able to make low-interest loans available to small African businesses. We're able to make low-interest loans available to small loans to African families and individuals also. Now, with the African governments, once they join the New African Honor Movement, as I said about the actual movement itself, we make things available to them, these high yield investments and different loans that we have available. Now, how that would work is through the New African Honor Movement Credit Union. These governments, local and national, would be able to deposit with our credit union their cash, assets, or natural resources in some cases. We, in return, would be able to take those assets, cash, and natural resources, convert them into financial instruments of one type or another, and then with those instruments, we're able to bring them into these high-yield investments. With those investments, we give that back, the majority of it back to the government, and then they're able to build the hospitals, the schools, bridges, whatever they need. And then with a small portion of that would stay in our African credit union, making money available for us to lend to the other small businesses and individuals. Now, the third part of this is where the rubber really meets the road, and we actually get to help the local people. It's called the New African Honor Movement Community Centers. Now, just imagine if there was 100 of these built a year across all of Africa. Each center would be an 80 to 100 acre city inside the middle of the jungle, with everything you would get in a city in the United States, starting with clean, fresh water. Whether it's digging a well, having filters, or even a water tower. Water is the most important thing It's a must. The second part would be electricity, fueled by organic material that can be gotten anywhere, and the locals can make money helping us generate electricity to power our little city inside the jungle. We'll have a communications tower for wireless internet all through our little city in the jungle, and probably go a little further than that, and all around the center. We'll also have satellites up there so that they can get satellite television. We'll have a filling station with gas, diesel, and LP gas. Equipment rental, where they can rent a rototiller, a small backhoe, or front end loader to be able to grow more food or to help them with their mining project. We'll have a battery charging station where they can charge their phones or their laptops or whatever they might have, and then they can use it at night when they go home. We'll have an internet cafe with computers in it. We'll have a clinic with normal doctors that, just a regular doctor, but occasionally, maybe once a week or whatever is reasonable, we'll have a dentist come in, and we'll have an eye doctor come in so that they have real care. We'll have a local government office. So whatever that local government is, they can have an office right in our compound. We'll have a police and or a military office, maybe even a couple jail cells, depending where we're at and the circumstances. And then having the police and the military there will help us protect our compound, because we do need to think about security. Now, we'll have a credit union building inside there connected to the police station and the government building with a helicopter pad on top of the building. So if we're moving metal, gold or silver, whatever, and or money from the credit union in or out. Okay, we plan to have a small fleet of emergency helicopters that we would be able to dispatch anywhere throughout Africa in an emergency because of the condition of the roads. Inside this compound, we would have a general store, which would have just pretty much everything. Then we would have a farmer's and a miner's store with all kinds of, I guess you would think of that as kind of a hardware store. Then we'll have public showers where people can take showers. Here's something that will really help the people. 4 TV viewing theaters. What this would be is, if you're familiar with what a lean-to is, it's 3 sides with a roof and 1 side's open. Okay, and inside the back wall would be a large, very large screen television, so they could watch news or whatever is necessary that they would want to see. I mean, entertainment also. Okay, then we would have a schoolhouse there on the property, 4 to 5 room schoolhouse, and we would need to have computers and stuff because just teaching them on paper and chalkboard is not going to be enough. So we would definitely want to have computers in there. Inside the compound, we would have an open air market area where people could come and sell their goods and, exchange, trade, do whatever they would like to do. We'll have 5 or more rental spaces where people may want to rent a space for a business. I can't really think of what all it would be, but we'd be open to just about anything in that sense. And then the credit union itself, inside this compound and the 2 together, besides having this compound here, we would want to do this. We'd like to have $2.5 million available for each one of these, so that we could lend $1 million out to all the small businesses so they could employ more people and expand and do what they need to do. And then another $1 million for all the local people, maybe $500 a family. We haven't gotten into the details of the amounts yet, but maybe something like that so they could have a scooter or whatever they might need that they have the most need of. And then $500,000 for the local government to do what they would need to do to improve their services and stuff like that.